What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel, and today we are checking out the Aurora RC's A100. It is the 100mm 1S micro brushless racer. Now, the one that I have in my hand is the BNF version with the FrSky D8 receiver. It also comes in FlySky versions, the DSM versions, as well as the PNP plug-and-play version as well. Now, if you're looking at this right now thinking that looks very familiar to that other 1S brushless micro racer I have done a review some time back, and that is the full speed BAT 100. And I do have that full speed BAT 100 right here, so we can kind of give it a little comparison here. As you can see, the BAT 100 X frame is the stretched out X frame, and the A100 is an X frame, but the front to the back wheelbase is a little shorter than from side to side, so it's actually stretched out sideways compared to the BAT 100. Now, the BAT 100, I have the Walkera ladybirds on there. It did not come with those, but this baby here, the A100, comes with something very similar, similar in size and similar in shape, just a little rounded off. I don't know if there's a name for these, but they give you a couple of sets. Now, taking a look at both of these guys, very familiar. They have the same size motors as well, but the build is a little different. As you can see, I have my receiver and the buzzer on the top of the BAT 100, and the reason for that is because the BAT 100 has a double stack setup where it is the 4-in-1 BLHS ESCs on the bottom, and you got the flight controller on the top. So there's not much room to be had on the bottom, so I could stick that receiver in there, but it's a pretty tight fit, so I decided to just leave it on the top of the top plate. And the top plate on the BAT 100 is a triangular top plate with 3 screws with 3 standoffs holding it down to the bottom plate. The Aurora A100 is the same thing. It also has that triangular top plate, and it also has the 3 screws and the 3 standoffs holding it down. But the A100 has an all-in-one flight controller ESC combo. So as you can see, there's the D8 receiver tucked in right underneath, as well as the buzzer too. It is tucked in underneath, so it is allowing a little bit more room than the BAT 100, so you frees up the space on the top here. Now, the carbon fiber frame on this baby, the unibody carbon fiber frame, measures in at 1.5 millimeters, and the top plate measures in at 1.5 millimeters as well. Now, they share the same size motors. It is the 0705 15,000 kV Sunny Sky branded racing motors, and we are given the 55mm dual bladed props. Okay, so the A100 measures in at 36 grams, and the BAT 100 measures in at, wow, 34 grams. So the flight controller and the ESCs are a combination. So it is the all-in-one flight controller. It is the F3 Nano flight controller, and it was pre-flashed with Omnibus 3.2.0 firmware, and it also has Betaflight OSD, and as we see, we do have the buzzer slash LED support as well. And the battery that it supports is a 1S battery, 3.3 volts to 4.2 volts. And the ESC is the BLHS ESCs. It is the 6 amp peak current ESCs, and it supports D-Shot protocol. So I have a set on D-Shot 600. Now, the VTX all-in-one combination is right up in the front and is hunkered down via a zip tie, as you can see, zip tied right onto the bottom of the frame, and there's a little carbon fiber bracket holding onto the camera lens, and the whole thing is just strapped down with that zip tie. There is, however, a small piece of foam right up underneath of the all-in-one, so it kind of gives it a little soft place to sit, but it's hunkered down pretty well. It does not move at all, and we do have that dipole antenna, and it has a single button to change the channels and the frequency right over here from the top. You have to press it down from the top, so you need some kind of a little tool to get access to that little button right there. Short press changes the channels, long press changes the frequency on that baby there, and it is the 5.8 gigahertz 48 channel 25 milliwatt VTX. So this unit came with the D8 receiver, the FrSky D8 receiver, and due to the triangular top plate, everything is so highly accessible. As you can see, there is the bind button for the D8 receiver, so it was very easy. I didn't have to remove any of the top plates or anything like that to bind with my transmitter, so just hold that button down and power up the quadcopter at the same time, and it'll send the receiver into a binding frenzy, and all you got to do is hit that bind button on the transmitter. In this case, I got it bound to my FrSky QX7S transmitter, so it was very easy to bind and set up. And here you have the micro USB port right on the side, very highly accessible as well, so you can get to the flight controller via your computer and your beta flight configurator to configure your PIDs and modes and OSD and all that stuff. So very, very nice. Now, it came out of the box just like this. I did not do anything to it. The only thing that I've done was to put the double-sided props on there, and what I did also was I did put some electric tape holding down the motor wires on each of the arms, and I did put a little zip tie to tie down the battery cable to the hind right leg. Okay, so let's take a look at what else we get in the box. This is the box that it came with, marked with Aurora RC A100 100mm brushless drone bind and fly version with the FrSky receiver, and the quadcopter was wrapped up in these nice bubble wrappings, so that's nice. We were also given 8 of these red props, 4 of which I've already installed on the quadcopter, and we were given 4 of these rubber bands, 1 of which I've already installed on the quadcopter as well. And we were given a big piece of this 3M battery non-slip pad, single-sided tape, in which I cut it in half, and this is the remaining half of it. So nice big piece that they give you, and the other half I already stuck it on the bottom of the quadcopter, and there's one of the rubber bands on those little rubber band hooks. I was flying around with some 600 milliamp 3.7 volt batteries, and just one rubber band was holding down that battery pretty good, due to the fact that the non-slip battery pad was helping out securing that battery from slipping around. So pretty nice. I was getting about 2 to 3 minutes of flight time, right about 2.5 minutes of flight time, so which is pretty good. Lots of power on this one, and a very, very speedy little guy as well. We are given this nice little instruction manual as well, so it is really nice of them to do so. And there's the diagram of the flight controller all-in-one ESC combination, and they also have the video in, video out for the VTX, as well as the receiver tabs as well, clearly marked, so very, very nice. So if you get the PNP version, you know where to put the receiver. So very, very clear instructions, very nice diagram. And they also give you a photo of the PPM receiver configuration here, where to turn it on, as well as a DSM, S-Bus, and I-Bus receiver, utilizing that UR3. So very, very nice. You need all that kind of information so you don't have to keep guessing which one it is. And they also give you how to bind to the FrSky receiver, the FlySky, the double different types of FlySky receivers there, as well as the DSM2 and DSMX receiver, and a channel list of the VTX as well. So I was able to take the A100 in the backyard for a few flights this morning in between rain showers. Yeah, it has been raining here all day today. So I was fortunate enough to find a window of opportunity in between rain showers to fly the A100. And the A100 is an awesome flyer. Yes, it is a 1S setup, but it has a lot of power for a 1S setup, and it is highly maneuverable as well. So I'm going to leave you with that flight video, and if you are interested in this Aurora RC A100, check out the link down below for more info of the product. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you again next time.